What if AI could help you discover security bugs faster? Whether you are pen testing, bug hunting, or if you're just a developer and you want to test your applications, you want to test your knowledge, or you're just a student and you want to explore tools and how you can use those tools in hacking, you are in the right video. Because in today's video, we are checking out Penligent, an AI-powered cybersecurity tool built to support bug bounty hunting, penetration testing, and smarter security analysis. So instead of manually testing every feature or guessing where issues might exist, Penligent uses AI to analyze systems, map potential risk, endpoints, parameters, multiple areas that might give you a bug. So if you're someone whose concepts are clear, okay, you want to make things faster, you don't want to do the tedious task, and you understand how things work, I think this is going to really help you. But if you're someone who's just in learning phase, I would suggest you to not totally rely on AI. I want you to understand how things work and then use AI. So in that way, this will help you more. Okay. Keeping that in mind, let's jump into the video. Okay, now we are in my Kali Linux machine. You can download this tool in Windows, Linux, or Mac, anywhere you want to. So this is how it looks like. But first, let's go to the main website of Penligent. So here is penligent.ai. You can get the link from the description. So as you can see, you can download it for anyone you like. Also, you gotta create an account. Once you download it, you will see a login button somewhere over here. As you can see my cursor, there will be a little button of login. If you click on login, you will be redirected in the browser to type up your email. So this is how it's going to look like. Let me open it in the private browser so you can get a little more context. Okay, so you can just type your email, solve the captcha, and get the verification code, and then yeah, you're good to go. It's really easy. So once you've done that, you can just simply start testing. But before we go there, let's talk about how this tool works and what it can do for you. So basically, it is built for cybersecurity, as you can see, and it can find vulnerabilities for you. And it does that through different phases of penetration testing. As you know, there are phases of penetration testing starting with reconnaissance, scanning, enumeration, then vulnerability analysis, exploitation, and then in the end we have reporting. Okay, so it also generates a report for you, which is really helpful, and we will check that out as well. So as you can see, you can create a penetration test. You can provide target details in step 1, and in step 2 you can provide the access setup, and then in step 3 you just gotta simply tell the tool that you are authorized to do that or not. So every target you are testing, make sure that you are authorized to do it ethically. I'm not promoting any illegal hacking in this video. It's just so you can understand and test tools for security researching, bug bounty hunting, or pen testing. So it has like 200 plus industry tools supported, and there are so many, as you can see some of the list here, like Nikto, Metasploit, Nasus, SQL Map. And if you're gonna see more of that, you can go over here, and this is the repository by Penligent itself. Use AI to install penetration testing tool suites in one click. Okay, so you gotta set this up as well. Use these commands to set up all the requirements and tools and dependencies. If you don't have it in Linux, you usually have all of them, but you can still run this tool to install some of the stuff that you don't have. Okay, let's go to Penligent, and over here you can also click on light mode if you prefer light mode, but I'm going to click on dark mode because I like that more. But let's go to settings, and over here you got to provide some environment settings like Python executable path. So the path from a Python is user bin Python. You can find out the path for your Python using your terminal. And then bash executable path, it's always /bin/bash. So yeah, you can keep the values same as this. If you're using Linux, there isn't much issues, but if you're using Windows, you gotta provide a different path. So it's gonna start like C system 32 user, stuff like that. Okay, you can figure that out. Anyway, save it. So as you can see, it says environment configuration saved successfully. Now, once you've done that, you can click on new project, and it says create penetration test. And step 1 we discussed is target details. So first we got to provide the task name. So let's just say test 1. And then we got to provide the target domain or target IP. In my case, I'm going to provide the target URL. So I'm going to use testphp.oneweb.com. So I'm just going to paste it over here. You can also provide IPs or just domain names as you prefer. Okay. I'm going to check the analysis depth to high. I want to keep it high. You can keep it low if you don't want too much noise, or medium. For starters, I think medium is good, but I'm going to keep it high because I want to see more results. Okay. So you can also provide a description, but I'm leaving it for now. Let's click on next. Okay, so step 2 is access setup. So this one is really good feature. You have access configuration, and then you have intelligence and context. Access configuration is like more important to us in this case. It's because a lot of applications require user authentication, right? You see sign up pages and login pages. So when you create your account, there are some requests that are authenticated, and to test authenticated request, you need to provide your credentials or header. So by clicking on this, you can provide your credentials like username, password, and description if you want to, or you can just simply provide header like an authorization header or a cookie value. So I'm not going to do that right now, but yeah, you can definitely go ahead and add it. Okay, so I confirm the target complies with regulatory requirements. I confirm I have legal authorization because I do. This is just a simple test application. So we can just click on authorization obtained, and then it will start fetching all the URLs and do some basic reconnaissance on the application. Like this is a result IP of the domain I provided of this URL, and this is the port. Okay, now we are in the initial discovery phase. So it's gonna find out all the URLs. So we can just gonna wait now for a few minutes. Also, if you guys are confused on how to like start from scratch about bug bounty, how to learn web and API hacking, programming, like everything from scratch and what exactly to learn, you can definitely watch the video from the I button. I discuss everything there from zero. So anyone who's like newbie, even intermediate level can definitely take reference from there. Okay, as you can see, it's doing initial risk filtering, and it's analyzing the URL that could be of like interesting, like containing parameters or URLs that might be vulnerable to something. And below you can see number of risk found in initial screening that we have is a risk. High risk is 10, that is crazy. Medium risk is 5, and then we have low risk 9. So basically, different categories of vulnerabilities it's trying to identify. Currently, we have 0 critical risk, which is okay because we are still seeing a lot of results. So once it's done with the initial screening, you will see results on your tab. Over here, you will see all, and then high results, medium results, low results. And we also have info, but we don't have any info results for now. So let's go back to all. And on the right side, you will see action summary. So you can definitely read it. Okay, so basically, when you see some results here, there are 2 options. First is verify, second is ignore. If you think something is not much relevant, you can click on ignore and it will just remove it from your view. Let's click on ignore and you can see it's gone. Let's look at something important. Okay, we got some critical now as well. So behind the scenes, it was still doing the analysis, and we have 2 critical. That's crazy. Okay, still identifying a lot of stuff, and you can see more results. So as you give more time to it, you will get more results. Over here, you can also see something like target overview. So this just simply contains basic information like target info, network info, port and IP, and web app info, like what kind of tech it's using, PHP 5.6.40, MySQL version, and we have some sensitive paths as well. Okay, and then we have some basic information of the API endpoints. So like this, you can get an idea of all the API endpoints that are available in the application, and you can just simply start testing it manually as well if you just don't want to totally rely on the AI. But yeah, let's go to tool results, and you can see what's actually going on in the background. Like it's using different kind of tools to perform these kind of attacks, and as you can see, It's doing directory enumeration right now, and it's also doing SQL injection search param. So basically it's looking for potential parameters in the application or in the HTTP request to identify SQL injection. You can see a lot of stuff that is going on in the backend, file upload test as well, XSS verification, CSRF token check. This is really amazing. We have command injection test, user info SQLi test. So it's doing a lot of stuff. And you know, when it's doing stuff like this, if you're a student, I would suggest you to go by this one by one, see how it's working. But let's go back to security findings. So we have this critical SQL injection in artist.php enabling full database compromise. Let's see what we have here. Okay, as you can see, it's using SQL map in the background. So this way it literally tells you that you don't have to write the SQL map command. Usually you just have to install SQL map, then write the command, then you have to provide the URL and test for it. But what this tool is doing, Penligent is basically doing all of that for you. It's writing all the commands for you. It's identifying what URLs or what values to feed to those commands. You don't have too much think on that. But yeah, as you can see, it's literally dumping everything. So as you can see, the database name is AccuArt, okay? And then we have 8 tables here, and what we have inside the information schema table, a lot of information here. So yeah, this is definitely working, and it is really critical vulnerability because we were able to dump everything in the database. And we didn't even do much. What we just did is clicked around. Okay, that's crazy. But yeah, you can also verify it. Let's click on verify. Okay, while it's verifying that, I'm going to click on this little arrow button and check out something else. Okay, so as you can see, it's finally confirmed. And yeah, this is crazy. We can see more details of the user, like their phone number, uname test, their address, and email. So literally dumped everything, and you can see dumped to CSV file, and it also provided me the path where it dumped it. And you can see the command it used as well. We have the command over here. Stuff like this is really time consuming, and we just confirmed a critical vulnerability. So another one we have is cross-site scripting attack reflected XSS. Let's open this up. And as we can see, the vulnerable HTTP requests and the parameter where Penligent injected the XSS payload. So this payload is URL encoded. Let me copy it, and I pasted it here in URL decoder, and decoding it, we can see how the payload looks like. So this is not a really complex payload, but yeah, Penligent has a lot of payloads in it that it will try in complex cases as well. So yeah, in the response, we can see that this payload is getting reflected over here. So we broke out of the form context over here, as you can see, put and close the tag, and then we injected our own tag over here. So yeah, definitely can try this out. Let's verify this one manually. Okay, so we know the path, so I'm just gonna copy it, and let's go to the application. So let me just remove this and paste it here. Okay, so this is the path that is vulnerable, but we're gonna change the value. I think it's closing somewhere here. Okay, this is a little confusing. Let me go back and let's change the value here to alert. Let's just say 1. Okay, and let's encode it. And this is how it looks like. Let's copy it, and we're gonna paste it here. Okay, let's hit enter. And yeah, we are getting reflected XSS. We are getting the alert pop-up. It means Penligent was able to identify it. That's really amazing, isn't it? So let's go back. We just verified it, right? You can do manual verification as I did, or you can just click on verify, see the results and everything. So once you have all those results for you laid out in front of you, we can do is creating a report next. So we're gonna say generate report. Okay, so now we have a new tab, and we're gonna click on generate new report, and it says generating. Let's wait a little. And report generated successfully. View in report list. Is this the one? Yeah, that's the one. So we have the penetration testing report, we have the executive summary, we have the finding ID, title, severity, target, and status, and board and everything. So other basic information. Then we have methodology, severity rating, basic stuff that we usually provide in a pen test report. This is really handy actually. Then we have the findings one by one. So we have first finding, weak default credentials. So this is the evidence. Let me scroll to the bottom. And yeah, that's the end of it. Remediation recommendations. So you can just simply download it from here as well. I would definitely suggest you to try out this tool. So yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section and let me know if you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.